Hello, dear community, it's me again, Duri.
I'm Alina, and today we are once again joined by a wonderful guest. Please welcome Alex, our Rocket League admin. Hi, Alex, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
We're good as well,
Yeah.
thanks. So, Alex, you started earlier this year in our league as an admin, but for all those people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about you. What are you doing? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, as Alina said, my name's Alex. I'm 22 years old. I work as a software developer in Bern. And I myself have been playing Rocket League in the esports league for 2.5 years almost now.
Not bad.
And yeah, that's about it.
In which team, if I may ask?
My team's bullshit on wheels, because we always do bullshit on the field, so it's just a good name.
Makes sense. Well, it's cool to have you on board, but now let's head over into the fall season. On Monday, we will be kicking off 9 exciting weeks. What are you personally looking forward to? Do you already see any teams, any matchups that could be tense?
Yeah, so I see a lot of potential in every division. So there's a lot of strong teams just everywhere. And to start off with the Premier Division, we have, of course, Coco Nutters, which won the last season. They went 7-0. They're really strong. And when I play with Texo, this guy just has insane mechanics. So I'm really looking forward to see him play. And especially I want to see Coconutters play against Edelweiss, which was Servet Geneva Esports.
A gnome team,
Which-
yes.
Yeah, which I don't have to lose a lot of words to, because everyone knows Safar. He's overall present in the esports scene and just a strong player himself. He has been around for as long as Rocket League exists.
That's true.
Interesting. And how about the other divisions?
Before we hop to the other divisions, because we have 10 teams per division now and not 8, we had to fill up the slots. And that's where we had a qualifier where 2 teams qualified. The first was Swiss Incredible Rebels, which wasn't pretty surprising because Stroby, a player on the team, has already been in the Premier Division and just took a break for some seasons. And now he's just back and trying to win again on the top division. And then there's also Same Esports, which they have been playing in the league for also almost 2 years. I remember facing off with them in the first and second season, which was actually pretty fun because they were a pretty strong team. But I was just surprised that they just made the Premier Division facing off against a strong team in the qualifier.
Yeah, that's a cool development to see.
Yeah, exactly. So I really hope to see them beat some of the good teams and just mix up the leaderboards on the highest division.
Sounds promising.
Definitely. But now, what is your prediction? What is your ultimate team that you see winning?
So for me, it still has to be Coconutters and Edelweiss. One of them surely will win the crown. And I really think they will be the ones who will battle out in the final.
Yeah.
So, besides the Premier Division, do you see any rising stars in the lower division? Do you have any favorites there, or some teams to
So
look
yeah,
forward?
there have been 2 teams who have just climbed up from the open division. The first one is Sparks Esports, and the second one is Alperosa Esports, which had a name change from Mountain Hunters.
A good one.
So
Yeah.
good name change. So they both dominated the open division. So Sparks Esports was, if I remember correctly, they didn't lose a single game. I even think they didn't even lose a single match of those games. So they were actually pretty good. But what was funny is that they weren't able to get a spot in the Premier Division. They lost to Sane Esports in the lower bracket final, which I found pretty surprising because I thought they'd definitely get into the Premier Division.
So where do you see them in the end? In which
So
division?
for me, both teams are probably gonna land in the top three. So there's no way one of those teams will end up below that, because
Alright.
they're actually just pretty good. But the thing is, there's also two teams in the Challenger division right now. It's Pegasus and Venom, which were grabbed up by Vision Gaming, an organization in Switzerland. And they are pretty solid teams. So I think that Sparks and Alperosa will now mix up the leaderboards there a bit. And it's going to get pretty interesting, seeing so many good teams in the Challenger division.
That really sounds promising. Like we have some tough competition going on in the Challenger. But how is it in Open Division? Do you see as much tension there as well, or?
There's a bit of tension. There's like 3 teams: Satanic Esports, Miss Esports, and Vision Gaming Economists, which are actually all pretty good teams. I think the top 3 spots in the Open Division will go to some of them. But there's also the thing that 9 teams left the league, but there's also 8 new teams coming in. So it's actually pretty hard to tell which team is gonna do good, because they're all new. The only thing I can say, there's a new team called Boost Gaming, which played the qualifier, and they actually did pretty well and beat a lot of good teams in the qualifier, so I expect them to do good. But I have no idea how good they will do.
I think we will have a better picture going into some weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
definitely
exactly.
update you on those promising guesses. But yeah. Looks like we got some crazy competition ahead of us. But for today, that's it from our side. Do you have any last words for the community?
I mean, the last words I have is just try your best. Don't beat yourself down when you lose, because there's always some upset in the divisions. There's also obviously the clincher cups where you can climb up the ladder. Yeah, just freestyle, musty flick on them noobs. That's just what you have to do to win the game.
You heard it, folks. We are really looking forward for this interesting season. I, for myself, I'm a huge fan from the Rocket League community in Switzerland. There's some great guys, super teams in there. We also
Pretty
have,
chill.
of course, an excellent admin in this section. So thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you for having me.
And with those words, I would just like to say see you, good night, and we see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you, good night, and see you soon. Jawohl, we zijn er.
Ja.